Hello. Welcome to the Two Tunes.
You know what's really funny
Podcast.
is I'm still hitting in time.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it, but I know that I am because I saw the numbers change.
Aren't you so special?
I am. Welcome to episode 80 of the Two Tunes podcast, where we talk about two tunes.
In this voice the whole time.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Maybe not for you, but for me, I'll just keep it going.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Avatar.
I haven't seen it.
But the Korra. I know if you haven't seen The Last Airbender, then you didn't see the second one.
Nope.
So the first Avatar.
You mean that amazing movie by M. Night Shyamalan?
No, that was
Is that what you're
called The
referring
Last
to?
Airbender. I'm talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Talking about that new, I thought it's called something about water. The Way of Water.
Yes, that is the other one.
Subby Life Water.
The cat.
Avatar 2, Subby Life Water.
No, I think it's Fuji or Avatar.
Fiji Water. Aquafina.
Aquafina.
Is Aquafina in it? Is she hawking Aquafina while she's in
That's
this?
probably not correct in any way. But the first series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, with Aang, kind of is like feudal Japan type time period.
Okay.
And then the sequel series, Korra, takes place in kind of like 1920s, 1930s
Okay.
America
Okay.
type, kind of like with voiceovers like you just did, and cars and stuff
Okay.
and
Did they
blimps.
say like 23 skidoo
I don't really know.
and the bee's knees?
They probably did say the bee's knees.
So there's a guy on TikTok that does a grammar related stuff, I guess, or just like history of words and things.
Cool.
The first time I saw him was about like nicknames and like certain ones, like how do you get Peggy from Margaret?
Yeah.
You know, like some of them are a little bit more
Do you know
obvious.
the answer to that? Because I would really like to know.
You have to watch his TikTok and stuff, but
Damn it.
yeah.
We'll be right
but
back
it was
after
interesting.
this break.
Yeah, right after this break, his Pogo was watches.
Well, my aunt's name is Peggy.
Yeah,
but really
it's
it was,
Margaret.
It was Margaret.
Yeah, but he did that, and then I think that was also like, how do you get from like Bob to Robert? Like at least those kind of rhyme.
Yeah.
And like Dick from Richard and stuff like that. But
Does that?
he talks about all three of those in like in the same video, I think, which is kind of interesting.
Margaret, Dick, and Peggy, Dick, and
Peggy, Dick,
Rob.
and Bob. Peg, Dick, and Bob. Yes, we talked about. But anyway, where did I go? How did I get here?
I have no idea. What
What
was the
did you
guy's
say?
name?
I don't remember. We'll take a break then, and I'll find it. But what were we saying?
I have no idea.
Jesus Christ, I can't remember anything at all. Anyway, the thing that I thought of though was that I found out where OK comes from.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all correct.
Yeah, you knew that?
Yeah. That there was a Vox thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can we actually take a break real quick? I'm going to pause. I'm getting a phone call. It does it in the middle. All right, so we're back. Bo's laughing because
because it was the click thing.
the click thing lasted too long.
My question is, when did the laughter start?
Yeah, I don't
like,
know.
did it click in while I was laughing?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm laughing and then it starts recording. So it's gonna be like, we're gonna take a break. Ha 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 ha.
We got back from break. Anyway, I got a phone call that I took. I couldn't find the video in the meantime of that guy, but I found the guy.
I found
Nicholas
a different guy.
Caprio is who does it. But for some reason, whatever you said initially, I guess we also could have gone back and listened, but we didn't. Made me think of like, oh, I just found this guy and he told me where Okie Dokie comes from.
Yeah.
And then also how we just got okay in the beginning. But
Yeah.
it's basically college kids like to shorten things
As
or change things
Yeah.
and then shorten things.
Yeah.
So yeah, all correct became all correct with an O and a K.
Yeah.
And then eventually shortened to OK. Do you know the other one?
A lot of them. There's
There was
a ton of them.
NG, which was also like around the similar time, which was like no good, or it was KG. It was no good.
Yeah.
But then they changed it to KNOW good.
Yeah.
And then that became KG. So KG and OK were both kind of like things at the same time, but OK is the one that stuck.
Yeah.
And then it eventually became, because then they had to change it again, and then they got Okie Dokie.
Yep.
So, but that guy, he's pretty interesting.
It's
Nicholas Caprio.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes. That's almost his name. It's Coppola, not Caprio.
Oh, yeah. Did we introduce ourselves? It's been like an hour since we started this episode.
I don't know. I'm Brandon.
I'm Bo.
You're Bosephine.
No.
That's a new one, probably, right? Bosephine.
I don't know. I don't care anymore. I really just don't care.
Cool. So what do we do here, Bo? Besides you not caring,
We talk about two tunes.
talk about two tunes. So very sadly.
Yeah. So we talk about two tunes, and this week I'm going to talk about a person that we've talked about for 3 other episodes. Technically,
Yay! Look at that.
They have been a part of this podcast 3 other times. This is their 4th time being on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But
They're
not,
actually the third host.
They are.
We never let them talk. They just sit there quietly.
And that's Rich.
Yeah.
Rich is in Europe currently. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Actually, technically,
like a month ago.
I think like last year around this time we were talking about how I was gonna go see Rich, and I'm gonna go see Rich again. On I have already seen him. So that this is that week. So
we're recording on June 5th, by the way, just so everybody knows.
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago
from when the thing is airing.
Third one
versus
two,
from when
yeah,
we're
three
talking about it right
3
now.
weeks ago. I saw Rich. It was a great time.
You guys made the news. It was wild.
Yeah, man. We were blowing stuff up in Meadville, Pennsylvania. It's a great time.
Making mead.
Making mead.
I like mead.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's first this week? You.
I am first this
Talk about
time.
your tune.
Yeah, come on, man. We go back and forth. Are you bothered by America and how it's a free country?
I'm bothered by it, but you are unbothered by it because you love everything that's happening right now, actually.
Bothered Unbothered? That's a great album. By JER. Jeremy Hunter. We've talked about them on both We Are the Union episodes. So We Are the Union with Ordinary Life. That's the album, which just turned a year old in January. So yeah,
Jared was on.
Just hold on. I'll get it. I will get it. It's in my head. Morbid Obsessions was the song that we did on that episode, and then
Morbid Obsessions,
and then around Halloween we did cover songs, and We Are the Union did Vampire Ska and
By the way,
You're Dead. Yeah.
You just gave me crap like a couple weeks ago for bringing back the exact same artist that I had already played before.
Was it a cover song though, or was it?
No, it doesn't matter what it is.
You're right. I did give you crap.
Only Bo gets to do the repeat artists.
But there's a difference. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, like these are 9 different versions of Trent Reznor.
It's true. It's true. Jer has joined the
I don't mind if we
pantheon.
Play people again.
And then Jer was, as Scottoon Network was in Cliff Divers, which my son likes.
Yeah,
likes that album, and he also likes Still Blooms.
I just listened to that last night,
which I got on vinyl recently.
Yeah, I saw. I'm jealous.
And maybe we should know by now. Might be playing with them.
That's cool.
Probably am.
We'll give updates next time we record.
It's September 10th or 11th.
Yeah.
And 11th. 9th, 10th, or 11th. In Scranton.
Sweet. Yeah, actually,
but on a big, huge festival kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a million other bands.
As we were recording this, I was in Philly last night for Philly's game. They won. Maybe this will be the last time the rest of the season. I don't know. But they won, and I just put together like a little... Not even playlist. I just like threw a bunch of albums in the queue. Yeah. And Still Blooms was one of them. And basically we listened to that entire album while we were just trying to get out of the parking lot. And then onto the highway. So from the time pretty much more or less we like got in the car to the time that we got on 76, which is not that far of a drive. Yeah. Like in distance. But it is after in time
baseball game.
I pretty much we heard pretty much that whole album. So
cool. But this song's called Bothered. Mm-hmm. It is the title track. Well, I shouldn't say title track.
Half the title track?
Half the title track is the opening track of Bothered Unbothered. JER's debut album on Bad Time Records.
Okay.
And I think JER is what makes everything on Bad Time Records great. I don't really know.
Because they play on a bunch of stuff.
Because they play on a bunch of stuff. They are an amazing person. They are an amazing musician. And this record is not only just like one thing; it is everything ska. Mm-hmm. So here is
I listened to this track, of course, because it's the one you're talking about. Mm-hmm. But I did also listen to the next track, which I thought was even more interesting.
What is the next one?
You got your blank card revoked.
Yes, I think all the songs,
and it's about how like them in general, but just people in general, like don't fit the mold you want us to be in, or like I look like this, but I'm this. You think it's this, so you think I'm this, but then I'm actually this, and like, and people are like, you got your, what? And again, it is literally it's a bunch of dashes.
Yeah.
So it's like insert whatever thing here, and people are like, you're gonna get your whatever card revoked, like your man card or your punk card or your whatever. Like, just get it off, like just yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I like those.
All the songs, and actually my least favorite songs are the songs that were released as singles. Okay. And they might be my least favorite songs because I've heard them a bunch.
I've had that, yeah.
Where it's just like, these other songs are so much better. Yeah. Not so much better, but just like, I haven't played them a million times.
In some ways, at least for me.
Or heard them on every single TikTok.
Yeah, if I know that an album is coming out and they're releasing singles for it, I won't always listen.
Yeah.
And more because I just want to like experience the album as an album. And also, again, not get sick of a song 6 months before the album even comes out, like even if I like it or whatever. Now, different cases, like speaking of Church Girls, Telepathic Mind, they don't have an album coming out. They just were like, we have some songs that we've been working on and they will eventually become an album, but no, those like stuff like that I'll just listen to. But anyway, here's Bothered by JER. So they're the trombone player, because that's how we've experienced them before. Are they also the singer?
Yeah, singer. Okay. And they may be playing guitar on this.
Okay.
I need to check the liner notes of the vinyl that I have. Yeah. Which you should all go pick up the vinyl. It's awesome. That it's such a huge gap, and it's so great that it is.
It's like two measures.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah. And they would purposefully put that in for that reason. We're like a fourth of the way through the song. Yeah. It's just the intro. I like the chord progression on the guitar.
This is another one I don't want to talk about because the lyrical content is so specific.
This part, like, I really need to. I hope that I need to read the lyrics more. And I believe that it is produced and mixed by Reed.
Oh, okay. From We Are the Union.
From We Are the Union. Which is, it's her first time doing all that.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, super impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that type of ska that's, like, super upbeat, but, like, the lyrics aren't happy.
No.
Like, it's serious.
It's like punk rock lyrics. It's very socially conscious and...
Yeah. Which is also ska lyrics.
Yeah.
Unless you get to those stupid bands that are just singing about beer.
Right.
I'm not saying they're stupid.
No.
I'm just like... It's like, I don't need a song about beer.
Beer's good. You did it in 1994 or whatever.
This is a free country. Man can live wherever he wants.
Free country? Man, I should fuck you for saying that stupid shit alone.
Is that from something?
It has to be. I don't know what it's from. But, like, I think that is part of, like, not only is JER, like, the CEO of ska, but they are also really into emo music. So I think that is them taking those kind of cool things from emo, where it's like, oh, we have talky bits over top of stuff from movies, from just like people talking randomly while we do something. I kind of miss that from the 90s, early 2000s, where bands would like put in movie quotes that just like elevate the song into being like, oh, it's kind of like sampling things that elevate the song into being more.
Yeah. It is a clip from Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee.
That makes sense.
I just looked it up.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to go back, hopefully, so we can clearly hear what it says.
As I understand it, this is a free country. Man can live wherever he wants.
Free country? Man, I should fuck you for saying that stupid shit alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of like, I think, boils down the whole song into maybe.
In some ways.
In some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I want
another great song by JER.
To more of this album.
Oh,
like the whole album, really.
Front to back, it's great.
I like the artwork too on the front.
Yeah,
is them in like caricature, but the bothered and unbothered and like.
And the bothered one is censored.
Like, censored and like got the weird things over the eyes, like they're going crazy and
yeah.
I didn't even think of it as censored. It is like a black bar over their mouth.
Yep.
But also it's got like the squiggly lines, so it's almost like they're like going crazy and just like, oh my god, I can't believe, you know. Yeah, it's cool. You've listened to the whole thing?
Yes, many times.
Cool. Came out on May 27th, so not that long.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah, I dig it. I want to check out more.
Buy it.
Who runs Bad Time Records?
Mike.
From
he
specific band or no?
He's in Kill Lincoln.
Okay. Kill John Lennon. Anyway,
it's not.
Gotta get off the internet.
Yeah. So I don't know Mike's last name.
That's fine.
I think it starts with an S.
I just didn't know, like, are they from a band? Is it, or is it like a tooth and nail situation where like Brandon Ebel just was like, oh, I'm just gonna like start signing all these bands and promote them or whatever. I feel like anymore, like some of these smaller labels, it is people in bands. So I was just curious.
Where are we? I don't know. It's a great record label.
Well, I was gonna say for you, I feel like you're probably like the way I was with Tooth and Nail in the early 2000s, where it's like anything that comes out, I want to hear it, and I'll probably like it.
Mike Sosinski.
Okay, but he's from Kill Lincoln.
Yes,
yeah,
and they're on tour right now. I believe they're playing. Well, by the time anyone hears this, will be like, yeah, that was a month ago.
On tour in June of 2022.
Yeah. But they're on, as we speak, they are on tour with. Oh my God, they need to update that. It's like from October 2021.
Nice.
Well, it's JER's tour actually.
Okay.
I think it's JER. I think Kill Lincoln. I just see like all of the Bad Time Records bands that are all on tour like right now. So like Catbite's on tour right now. We Are the Union just finished touring. Kill Lincoln is on tour. Dissidente is on tour. A couple days. Did I say JER?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's just like a ton of bands that are off Bad Time Records that are on tour. Right. Oh, and Catbite is on tour with Jeff Rosenstock, who
we've talked about.
No, we have not talked. We will.
Okay.
I just need to pick the right song. Jeff Rosenstock was in a band called. What was the first band that he was in?
We've had a discussion about Jeff Rosenstock.
Probably
you
because
and I think
maybe, but he was in a band called Bomb! The Music Industry. And then he was in a band. Oh, what was the next band? Oh, I can't think of any of his bands right now.
Arrogant Sons of Bitches.
Yep, Arrogant Sons of Bitches was before Bomb! The Music Industry. And the reason I like, we've played with him a couple times. And then Laura Stevenson was in one of those bands.
Okay.
And she does stuff Like it's a whole little community of people that I'm like adjacent to. Mm-hmm. Like if I actually put the time in, mm-hmm. I could probably like be in that world again. Mm-hmm. But you know, I got this job, not the podcasting job, but the teaching job, and you know, 2 kids. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's your turn, sir.
It is my turn. I suggest that the first way that people experience this song is by watching the music video.
Well, we're gonna ruin that.
No. Pause it right now.
Pause. Go watch
the podcast.
video.
Go watch the video. Did I have you watch it?
You did.
I should have had you watch
should
it.
have just like
Tell you
watched
what,
the
so
video.
we're gonna pause it as well.
A second time in one episode.
Oh my goodness! No one's even gonna know. It's amazing. So we're gonna pause it so Bo can witness this,
right.
And then we'll be back.
We'll be back in
so
2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
The tune is "CoverGirl" by The Ongoing Concept,
off of
their album "Saloon."
Yes,
I think, from 2013.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Cool. Bye. And we're back. Everyone's now seen the video, including Bo. I said to you, I was like, I think that's the way you got to experience the song first.
Maybe.
Especially if you're not into heavy music. I think you can have a better appreciation for the song instead of just being like, this is screamy and heavy and whatever. And like some people just kind of write it off.
Yeah.
Did I say to you that I play this for my Theory 1 kids every year?
Yeah.
And I have since like pretty much it came out.
Why?
Because one, I want to expose them to different kinds of music. Mm-hmm. So heavy music that they may not normally listen to. Mm-hmm. And again, I think that the video aspect helps. So since we've been doing a lot, you know, especially the last couple of years, a lot more like digital content with our education stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, I used to do listening assignments just in class. Mm-hmm. And now I usually do them. We do some, but like mostly they're like main ones for the week are online. And so it's a lot of YouTube videos and different stuff, just because everybody has access to YouTube and not necessarily Spotify or other things. And then, so some things have like an actual produced video like this. Some things do not. So it all kind of depends. But this one, again, I think seeing the video, seeing sort of the storyline with it, and which helps explain the lyrical content and different stuff, I think just kind of helps. Mm-hmm. So
the only thing that like I didn't understand when it said when I listened to it the first time, don't be the print. I mean,
someone else's painting.
Yeah, where I'm like, what does that mean? Like print? Like, because I was thinking just like type.
No, don't be a copy.
Yes, I did, but like a photographic print or yeah.
Yeah,
I understood it when I could visually see. It's like like a photograph of it, or
just
photocopy
even
of
just
it.
like a print. Like you don't have
like
you don't have a Picasso hanging in your house, but you might have a print of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, the back in the wall there's this the basic elements of creativity poster,
right?
Which is like it's not the original. It's a copy of it.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of like, man, don't buy NFTs.
Yeah. I just saw a funny analogy for NFTs.
You can hold.
But
It's a receipt.
Now.
It's a receipt.
Yeah. Did you hear that Seth Green had some show that he was using his Bored Ape as like the main character?
No.
And then somebody stole it. But like that means that then he can't use it. But they're trying to fight it. So okay. So somehow somebody basically stole his receipt, if you will, mm-hmm. his URL that says that he owns this Bored Ape. Mm-hmm. But now, since they stole it, it's their property, not his.
That's not how that works, but okay.
No, it is. So then he would have to, if he's going to produce a show where the Bored Ape is going to be part of the
but you can't
the main character.
You can't steal it because it's.
Are you going to say it's against the law?
No, I'm not.
Because that's where there's other elements of the story that come into play.
It's on the Ethereum blockchain, right? Uh-huh. And what the blockchain is a receipt or a big ledger of transactions.
Okay.
So if you stole it, where was the transaction?
I don't know.
Like just because you have the URL doesn't mean that you because it's nothing physical.
But it is somehow. I was listening to other folks talk about it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time to like fully
Yeah.
invest in. And
But
like,
that blockchain tells you who owns it.
But they must
at whatever
somehow
time.
have it now. They must have somehow taken over control of it
Okay. Sure,
through the blockchain or whatever. So what that means is that he no longer owns it, and so he can't use it as the main character for this show that he's going to do.
Okay.
And so he's using lawyers to get involved and try to get it back and blah blah blah. But that also is
Which Green is it?
Seth Green.
Okay, that's the robot chicken guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Because I'm thinking, what's the other Green guy?
Hank Green, Tom Green,
Tom Green.
John Green.
Yeah, it's Tom Green.
Okay. But anyway, but then he's using like lawyers to get involved and do it. But like the whole thing is that NFTs and blockchain and all that stuff like exists sort of like outside of the law. Like that's the whole point and blah, blah, blah,
Kind of.
and whatever, and copyright and this and that. And like,
So there's a couple.
so they're kind of like, their whole system is just falling down around them. I mean, it is already, but like, yeah, it's just kind of funny.
There's a couple videos that explain what NFTs are.
H Bomber guy has a really, really good one.
The two,
It's like 2.5 hours.
one is like the legalities of it, which is legals.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a thing is like, well, what is it? And in that video, he's like, it's a receipt. Like it just tells you what you purchased
yeah.
or that you made a transaction, not that you actually have something.
Right.
Because the thing is like, I can look at it. I can look at all those NFTs. I can see who owns them.
Right. We can copy them and paste them. And
Yeah, but then that doesn't mean that you own it because the only thing that shows ownership is the blockchain. And then the other person is Johnny Harris.
okay.
He explains, well, what are NFTs? But not the. I like the legal eagle version of it better. Well, not version. It's like this. It's just two different ways of saying it. But that it's a receipt. I was like, oh, that totally makes sense because like it's nothing. It's kind of like paper money. Like that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It only means something because we all agree that it means something.
Yeah.
And what that and NFTs are the same way. It's like people who believe in them and say that this is worth something. That's if everyone agrees with it. Just like the price of art in general.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's expensive because we all agree that it's expensive.
Yeah. Also, I was wrong. It's not H Bomber guy who did the video that I'm thinking of. It
Well, how dare you.
is. Hang on.
Silence.
Folding Ideas. That's who it is. Folding Ideas. He's got a really, really good video. Check
All
out.
right. So
his stuff.
we listened to the song,
Yeah.
but we didn't listen to the song with everybody else.
No.
So
So
there's
the ongoing concept.
CoverGirl.
CoverGirl. They're a Tooth and Nail solid state band. So theoretically Christian at some point, or in some theory, or in some capacity. They started when they were in high school. They're from Idaho, and the drummer. I don't know if you noticed how young he looked. I mean, they all looked pretty young in that video.
Yeah. Was he
But-
the guy who's just like, hey, come on, at the end?
Oh
Like
yeah, they're
everyone's
like
like, "Come
Parker, come on. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
Parker. So the band started in 2009 by
Mm-hmm.
three brothers, the Scholes brothers, Dawson, Kyle, and Parker, and then
Mm-hmm.
a couple of their friends. But Parker did not graduate high school until 2015. So when this video is out in 2013, he was still in high school. So they're all pretty young.
Okay.
Yeah.
He graduated high school in 2015, you said?
Mm-hmm.
But then he left the band.
He did leave the band for a few years, and now he's back, according
Yeah.
to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So
Just recently. Well, no, I think they
they might have taken some time off.
3 out of the 5 members took a break.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 guitar players and vocalists stuck around.
Right.
Well,
the main guys who started it.
Well, no, I guess it's just Dawson.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
This is really weird.
Yeah. There's like a gap.
There's a huge gap of like, there's only 2 people in the band for
5 years.
Yeah, no,
Ish.
like everyone changed except for one guy in 2016 ish. And then
I think they just took a break.
it's
is what I'm
just
thinking happened.
weird.
So like this album
Kinda
came out
weird.
in 2013. This was their their debut album.
Yeah.
They had done an EP before that, or a couple EPs before it.
Yep.
And then this was also their first thing with Solid State, Tooth and Nail. And then I guess they just didn't do anything after that.
No, they had one more.
Did they? Or no, that's right. Okay. Then they had Handmade, because I have Handmade. And then after Handmade, then it does say that they released Places in 2017, but I'm wondering, like, had that already been recorded and then everybody left? Or whatever?
Maybe only for the fact that it looks like in 2016, everybody left except for Dawson.
Right.
But then they all came back recently.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they just kind of like paused, but for some reason he's still listed as being in it, but then somebody else joined in 2016. I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, hear the song Cover Girl.
Yeah.
Hey kids,
You like banjos?
Banjo.
tell you something.
Which is the thing that struck me as like, oh.
And it
then-
continues through.
It does. Yeah, yeah. And then that's like, what? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This is different.
I like it's two singers, two vocalists.
Yeah.
And I like that they're, especially the one guy, his transition goes between kind of the screamy and singy a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, there's more melody to it in some ways than other vocalists. That's why, like, I don't listen to all heavy music, but stuff where the vocalists, I can still kind of like get a sense of what they're saying, and there's still musicality to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Under Oath, same idea. Bands like Silent Planet and oh my gosh, Oh Sleeper, similar. And again, you can still hear the banjo in there.
Is the banjo only in this song, or is it in other things?
I don't know, because it's the one guy is listed as guitars, banjo, ukulele, so they must have other stuff. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to. I listened to this album when it came out. I have the album right after it, but I don't know how much I listened to it at the time. Kind of have to be like in a space to listen to heavy music. It's just are you picturing the part of the video when that happens too?
No, I'm just like listening to that like low note, right?
I think they're musically interesting too.
Yeah. It's not just the same thing the whole time.
Yeah. And come back to the chorus again. So I said I give this as a listening for my Theory 1 classes every year, and most of them don't care for it, which is fine. They don't have to like everything. But they do really, I think, again, watching the video, they can appreciate it more and understand it better. And also, like, they're like, oh, the message behind this is really great and really interesting, you know, and this is an interesting way to present it and stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, about like being original, be your own person, you know.
Son, don't be like the other boys, just follow your own fate. And I said, Mama, don't you be afraid, don't worry about a thing. Cause when I grow up, I'm gonna be an artist, not a cover girl. I said, don't be the brain of someone else.
I think that's the only time they actually say cover girl.
Yeah.
Don't be the brain of someone else's painting. Stop being the brain, stop being the brain, stop being the painting.
Wait, what did you just say? It's the only time they say
Cover girl,
yeah.
like the title of the song.
Yeah. They only say it like once because I have the lyrics pulled up, and I'm like, oh, because it doesn't really make sense as
That it's
the
called
name.
Cover Girl.
Yeah.
Well, he does say like, I'm going to be an artist and not a cover girl. So like, I'm
Yeah.
going to be the one creating the art, not just the one like, you know, it's maybe a little slanderous to
Yeah.
models,
Yeah.
I guess, in a way, but you know,
I don't think, I think that
but they're just making an analogy.
there should be, there could be a better name for this song, as we talked about last pod.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Titles and things. Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I dig it. Now I kind of want to go back and listen to more of them again because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
They also, the first, like when this video first came out was the first time that I showed it to students. And I actually messaged them on Facebook.
The students?
No, the ongoing concept. Let me... Oh, this is October 2014 is actually when I found it. And I just like introduced myself. I said, just discovered your band. I said, I love your music. I said, I want to know that I was so impressed. I was so impressed with the concept, no pun intended, for Cover Girl that I shared the video with all three. At that point, I had 3 music theory classes and showed it to them because of the message of the song. And the students all loved the video, even if they totally didn't dig the sound. But they really appreciated the message of like, don't be the print of someone else's painting. So, and they actually got back to me, which is pretty cool. And they just said, that's so awesome to hear. It's always such an encouragement to hear people liking our music enough to actually want to share it with their kids or classroom. So thanks so much. So that was nice. I've done that a bunch. And you kind of do too. Like you just kind of reach out to artists and whatever. And like,
Yeah.
probably the worst. I mean, not the worst they're going to do, but at worst, most likely they're just not going to respond to you.
Yes.
Which is fine. And sometimes they will, even if it's just like a little thing. And my students for a while would say like that's like a Mr. Bittner move or something along those lines of like that's the thing like Mr. Bittner does, like reaching out to famous people or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, they're just people.
Yeah.
You know, again, like it doesn't hurt to ask a question or because I think around that same time or a couple of years later, I had reached out to the drummer Allison Miller to ask her about what one of her songs was about because we listened to it in one of our But Is It Jazz listenings in jazz band, and the kids were like, "What is this song about?" Because it's called "Nuh-uh, No Sir," and I was like, "I don't know. I'll email her and find out, or see if she'll tell." And she did. Sure enough, she got back to us and like told us what it was about and stuff.
It'd be hilarious.
And the kids were like, "Oh my god, you like that?" I'm like, "She's just a person." Again, like the least she was gonna do was not respond. You know?
Yeah.
So, but she got back to us and like told us what the song was about. I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting."
Social media can be a good thing.
It can be, yeah. So,
It's a way of getting information. Just don't be a creep. You'll be fine.
very true. Do you have a question for us, Bo, from a listener? I want to answer one. I said last week we'd do one.
Or 2 weeks ago.
No, last week.
Last week, did
Yeah.
we? Let's pull up another question from Miss Bell. She's the only one who emails us. Do 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 do. This is bad. This is bad podcasting.
Because you're just not talking about anything. Making noises on the internet machine.
All right.
I'm just scrolling
This-
Facebook
this-
right now.
What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now in regards to the podcast?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, it's a 3-parter. By the
Okay.
way, in the podcast. So 10 years. Okay, so first off, we're doing this for 10 years. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
I don't know about that. I mean, maybe. Theoretically, it can go on forever. Like, because we're just talking about music.
I mean,
And there's always
I'm
gonna be new
hoping we
music,
hit.
There's always going to be old music.
Really, it's. I guess our year anniversary. I keep thinking, oh my God, I hope we're still doing it next year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've been really good about it.
Yeah.
Which is amazing to me.
We've even done a few emergency.
Oh my God, yeah, we have.
Shoot, we got to get one out tomorrow.
Really, we have.
Yeah.
We haven't missed. There's podcasts that I listen to that like misses.
Yeah.
We're so ahead right now.
Well, sure. But
This is like the first full week of June that we're recording this, and this is coming out in mid-July.
right.
So like we're good right now.
Right now we're okay, but not always.
Yeah, sometimes it's like
I don't know. It'd be cool if we're still doing it in 10 years. I mean, just life and whatever. Like, who knows?
I don't think the podcast will exist in this form in 10 years. Because like if we're just doing this for 10 years, like it's just like it's too much of the same thing where I would want to grow it in some way.
Sure.
Like maybe a video version of this. Yeah. I don't know.
Our listenership would have to grow.
Yeah,
to really warrant.
Here's the thing. It really depends on you guys at home.
Yeah.
We will, well, I don't want to say we will, but we would probably do things that you guys would want us to do, like answering these questions. I mean, we kind of spurred on the questions.
Well, sure,
but still, it's like, live show? Sure.
Yeah. But we need more than 6 people to be there.
It can't be 6 people.
Yeah.
Videos, yet again, it just needs to be more people.
Right.
It's going to be weird for us to do this for 6 people. So those are really the only things that I can see as building upon, but it's just like it's doing this. More of those interviews though. Like what we did with Church Girls.
Yeah.
More things like that. But everything is kind of like, I don't have a plan. Grow the business. If it's it's not a business.
No.
We're not making any money off of anything of this.
So yeah, that's all right. That's part 1.
So part 1. I mean, these are all like, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Fair enough.
But oh, where's it? Just life.
Just like 10 years.
Yeah,
what's the third part? Just so
and friendship, like you and me.
Oh,
as friends,
mortal enemies in 10 years.
I hope not.
No.
I mean, I'll probably still be here.
Maybe we're in a band together.
Maybe.
Yeah. Life, I would say, like teaching wise, I hope I'm still teaching.
Well, here,
my job.
10 years from now, my kids will be graduated from high school. I mean, obviously Xavier, but Caprica would be a freshman in college-ish, maybe if she goes to college.
Yeah.
So we'll be a couple empty nesters, so we'll probably be doing a lot more traveling. Possibly at that point. Where you're doing all that traveling now. You'll be like, I will not be traveling because I'm doing this and this and this.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'll still be working here.
Yeah, same. That's what we talked earlier about. Like,
we did.
Because we've had like a lot of turnover in our district and stuff, and for various reasons. And we're both like, we like our jobs.
Yeah.
As long as we keep
liking the
job and like that things adjacent to / part of the job don't affect that love of the job, or the ability to do the job. I think I'd still be doing it. So.
And all of my friendships are just the same. Either they're not existent or they're just like, we hang out once a week.
Sure. Yeah.
Or we talk, I say, hey, I love you, man, every month.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm like, oh, he's feeling down.
Yeah.
I wonder what this guy's up to. Actually, one of my best friends I hadn't seen in like 2 years, but that's, pandemic.
Right.
So, and he also lives 5 hours away.
That'll do it.
So that's where we see ourselves in 10 years.
Agreed.
In different ways. The podcast, in life, in friendship.
Thanks for the questions. Keep them coming. Same person or other people.
Where can they email us at?
twotunespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. But if they want to get to us faster than an email,
Instagram DM is cool.
Yeah.
Two Tunes Podcast.
We'll definitely check that out real quick. You could also go to the Discord. There's
stuff there
is there a section for questions?
There has to be. Who's gonna find it first? Bo.
General suggest songs, announcements, book suggestions. No, it's not.
It's not a question section. All
Oh
right.
my God, we got to ask it.
Ask some questions.
Podcast questions. And then I'm gonna put something up right now. Everyone, post your podcast questions here, we will answer them on the pod. All right, guys. We'll see you next week with 2 more tunes.
Hey.
B.
It's almost as if that's the point of the podcast.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.